Mr. Hamoud Salhi, hello there.
Hello, how are you?
I appreciate it. Mr. Hamoud, the Assistant Secretary General of the League of the Arab States, Hussam Zaki, and the foreign ministers gathered here in Algiers are assuring their confidence and guaranteeing that this Arab summit is going to be a successful one. So how and on what are these assured statements based?
I think what we've seen so far, it is the result of a strong, positive, excellent preparation of the Algerian team, diplomatic team, including President Abdelmajid Tebboune. There is a clear indication from what we've seen so far is that the Algerians were serious in making this is a successful event. There were preliminary meetings. For example, civil society met, of all the Arab board met in Oran before. There was meeting of the Palestinians. All those were successful attempts. And then there is another thing that attempts to make this conference, this summit meeting successful. The second point, I think the approach that the Algerians have taken to address the problems that the Arab world is facing. This is a very, very critical time for the Arab world. We have challenges, security challenges in several countries. You have a food crisis. So you have major problems as a result of what's happening in Ukraine, the coronavirus, all this, and then the various challenges in the Gulf countries with the nuclear issue of Iran. So what the Algerians did is envelop this in a common interest summit meeting, meaning they want to head for looking for for things that would appeal to the Arabs. For example, when you look at the issue of food crisis, that is an issue that involves everybody. Then the other thing is that the Algerians were very successful in linking their role as a host of the Arab League as more of Arab League regional interests or all Arab interests than their own. This is why, for example, you have an invitation to countries that Algeria has trouble with them, particularly our neighbors Morocco. The foreign minister Moroccan is in Algeria to attend. The other issue is that Algeria initially wanted this summit meeting to be a meeting when Syria comes back to the Arab world, and it would be present at the Arab League. Well, it was difficult to get the Arab world on this page. The Syrian decision, President Syrian al-Assad said, he withdrew. He decided not to come. So there was a series of serious attempts at making this conference successful, and it shows not only by the official declaration, but also by the Western media, including in France.
Quite understood. Mr. Hamoud, Algiers' declaration regarding Palestinian reconciliation stressed the importance of an Arab team following up the terms of this agreement. So, to what extent can the Arab Summit compel the parties to embody this Algiers declaration on the real world?
This is a historical summit in that regard. And again, it shows the preparation for this for the resumption or for assisting or providing support for the Palestinians. The meeting of all factions in Algiers prior to the summit meeting was designed to unite all factions so that the Palestinian house is in order. The second attempt that the Algerians have done is the issuance of a communique that is expected to support the Palestinians. What the Algerians are looking for in this instance, or the Palestinians are expecting of the Arab world, is to act as supporting the Palestinian for making them stronger when negotiating, and more than anything else, it's to bring back the Palestinian cause to the forefront of Arab politics. These days, with the normalization of Israel, with the role of the United States making the agreements, peace agreement as involving more than the Palestinians, just the Palestinians and the Israelis, the call to go back to the Arab Initiative in 2002 is a clear indication that
Quite understood, Mr. Hamoud Salhi. Just briefly, because we do have a limited time. The Arab foreign ministers, Mr. Hamoud Salhi, stressed during the meeting the necessity to stand with the Arab countries that are experiencing complexities and temporary problems such as Libya, Sudan, Syria. What is the duty of the Arab League to help those countries, and how could this sort of assistance it be delivered?
The Arab League has a very important role. Number one is to make sure that the internal issues of these countries problems are resolved in the Arab world, making sure that the Arab sovereignty, that the states, that there is no interference of outside countries in these countries, namely that the Arab world will play a constructive role in what we call Arabizing this crisis, meaning having the Arab world play a role within the Arab League by providing support for under the banner of national reconciliation or a national resolution that will support everyone. This is clearly in what we've seen in Egypt, in Libya, where the Libyan foreign minister was very clear by stating that she likes the Algerian approach to national reconciliation. She wants the Libyan to take care of their own internal business, and she wants the Arab League to support them in building that national reconciliation. That's what the Arab League can be instrumental. And then at the international level, within the United Nations Security Council and the General Assembly and other places.
Perfect. Mr. Hamoud Salhi, you join us live from USA. Thank you ever so much for being with us in this short term.
See you next time. Thanks.
I appreciate it.